Is this the second day? The third day?
The third day.
The third day. The third day of Lindy Focus. This is kind of what happens at Lindy Focus. You lose track of what time it is, where you are, reality. Here we are, Paul Talkers, on my second interview of the day here at Lindy Focus. December 29th. It's the Sunday. But I am joined by my lovely guest, Amy Margaret.
Yay!
Hooray! Where are you most recently from, and what dance scene should people associate with you?
For both, it will be Knoxville, Tennessee.
Hooray, Knoxvillians! Let's see here. How long have you been doing Lindy Hop?
I have been doing Lindy Hop for 6 years.
Fantastic. How long have you been attending Lindy Focus?
This is my 4th Lindy Focus, which I was a little surprised when I realized it was my 4th. I was like, how have I been to that many? But yeah, so.
What first got you coming to Lindy Focus?
Well, everybody talked about it all the time.
It's true.
And,
People can't shut up about this thing.
yeah, I had been dancing for 3 years by the time I came to Lindy Focus, because my first 2 years of dancing I didn't travel at all. I didn't even go dancing in town because I didn't have a car, so I just kind of went to the campus lesson and then didn't do anything. And then I guess my friend Emily started me traveling, and then she was like, well, we're all going to Lindy Focus and you have to come to Lindy Focus. And I finally went to Lindy Focus and I saw what all the fuss was about. So, yay!
Yay, that's awesome. And what keeps you coming back to Lindy Focus year after year?
The caliber of dancing and the group of people, you just can't find it anywhere else. And the environment is just so great. That is just this community that we all get together and just go crazy for a week. And no amount of weekly dancing in any sort of scene can get you what you get here.
Not even close.
And it's also an hour and a half from my parents' house, so.
Oh, come on.
It's a super short drive. I love it.
You're so lucky. How have your social dances been this year so far?
They've been very good. I've had really good dances with really advanced dancers, which is awesome, which makes me feel happy about myself. And then even the dances with the newer dancers, I found myself appreciating things that they do well, which is kind of new for me.
Because normally you're a big snob about it?
I mean, I'm not a big snob, but I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm dancing and things are happening, it's good, you know, and then I come away and I'm like, okay, you know, that's a new dancer. This year I'm like, oh, this guy, he's kind of flailing around, but he's really musical, and this guy, he's also flailing around, but he hits really great lines, and
oh, that's awesome.
so I'm coming to appreciate the little things a lot more.
How's the social dancing this year compared to previous years?
Well, I feel like I'm a lot more comfortable with the more advanced dancers this year than I have been in years past.
That happens?
I was going to say, my first year, I had mono and I didn't know it yet. So I was just I pretty much slept through Lindy Focus.
Oh.
And I had a really good time, but it was just really strange. But the last couple of years, last year, I started kind of getting bolder and going up towards the band and finding the part of the floor I wanted to be on based on the leads that I saw there.
Nice.
So I've been continuing that this year.
Awesome.
And my goal this year is to do more late night dancing.
Yes. Are you doing any competitions or performances this year?
I'm not. I competed last year, and it was when they got rid of the novice, Jack and Jill, so they had the open, or maybe they had the novice and then the open.
Mm-hmm.
I would have done novice, though, had there been a novice, so I don't think there was a novice. So I did the open, and there were just so many people, and I felt like I didn't stand a chance going in. So this year, it was kind of, I did a dance pass, and so I just didn't think about it, and I'm not regretting not doing the competitions, though. They're fun to watch, but I will focus on my social dancing and be content with that later.
With such a huge event like Lindy Focus, the odds of you not being lost in the crowd of a qualifying round for a Jack and Jill, the odds are against you.
The odds are not in your favor.
The odds are not in your favor. So kudos to you if you have the bravery to do it, and do not feel bad about yourself if you do not get through to the second round, because like 80% of it is luck. How has the socializing been for you this year?
Oh, it's been so much better. The last couple of years, I was lucky enough to stay with a friend in Asheville, which was really good. The first year, a bunch of friends of mine also stayed with her, and we had a great time, and it was free.
Free is good.
However, last year, there weren't as many people that I knew housing with her, and so I felt very detached from the community at the hotel. I was going back and forth a lot, and the socializing wasn't as good. Even though I got to see a lot of people, it just wasn't to the extent that I would have liked. This year I'm staying in the hotel again, I'm seeing all of these people and spending lots of time with lots of people who are close to me, but geographically very far away.
Let's get real here. What would you say are your most favorite and least favorite parts of Lindy Focus? You can be harsh. It's okay. We won't judge you.
My favorite parts are the social dancing, and in particular, social dancing to the live bands.
They're
Get
so
that.
good at getting bands at Lindy Focus.
And then, as far as any negatives, mostly it's just that it is crowded. And apparently there was a tuba playing a reveille.
Yes.
I was already awake, but I heard about it.
Yes.
People were not happy.
I was awake and folding my clothes to move in that noisy hallway to a different place, and I heard it and I was pissed. If I'd been asleep,
Ooh.
oh my god.
Like, who does that?
I don't know who played reveille
On a
yesterday
tuba.
morning on a tuba, but shame on you.
I love the main dance, the big ballroom, the floors, but last night in particular, I was consistently kicked and stepped on. And I feel
In the big ballroom.
In the big ballroom, because there are just so many people. A mandatory floor craft lesson for all levels would greatly remedy that situation.
You can't do that.
No.
Stop kicking me.
And if you're wearing high heels, doubly keep your feet underneath you. And I got stepped on by high heels, and
Oh.
that's pretty darn painful.
Ouch.
But if your feet are under you and you still manage to step on somebody, then that is either them sticking their feet out or your lead sending you into them. But
Right.
there's some agency that you can have in the situation.
Can you give me your overall impressions of this year's Lindy Focus?
It's a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up,
Succinct. Are you going to come back next year?
of course.
Let's say that your future self finds this video on YouTube and watches it
Okay.
like in 11 months from now.
Okay.
If you can give your future self some advice about prepping for or enjoying next year's Lindy Focus, what advice would you give her?
You brought just the right amount of food. Maybe start packing a little earlier, because the night before is not a good time to try to just throw everything that you have into a suitcase.
I did that. It was horrible.
Don't sleep through the late night, because you'll be mad at yourself when you wake up at 5:30 in the morning.
All right, so this has been Amy Margaret joining me here at Lindy Focus 2013. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Bye.
The young lady who stepped on my foot with her high heels was kind of like out from her body.
That is not a good dance form.